back, fight fans, to the arena, your one and only, the key host of the Fight Game, where on today's video we're going to be hosting key predictions and breakdown for the UFC 276 between our big man Israel VS Cannonier versus Israel Cannonier. Man, I'm pumped for this. It's the main event of the night, and it's going to be hosting on July the 2nd at 8 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Be sure to get your tickets. Be sure to watch this one because this one's going to be big. Now, I've got to thank the people who decide to pick these two fighters to fight, because I know Israel's been calling out Jared for a long time. And, going back to Israel's last fight between Robert Whittaker, we can see that he was calling out Jared for a long time. And Jared had to answer the call, but unfortunately he had a fight against Israel's last opponent and he fell short of that, which is a shame, because Israel was basically saying, look, hey, if he wins, he's next in line for the title. So, here we find this beautiful time with this beautiful fight card, and man, it's packed back to back all the way through. We got, Alex, true one and only Australian. We've got another New Zealand on the fight card. We got Sean O'Malley, the sugar daddy. But yeah, guys, I'm very excited for this one. So we're going to get right into it. So where we're going to go is with Israel. We're going to look at his last fight between Robert Whittaker. Now, you've got to keep in mind with Israel, he's such an intelligent fighter. He's quick on his feet. He knows how to use the ring to his advantage, and also his reach. He's very tall. He's sitting at 5'11". He's a big boy. You look at how much he weighs. You're looking at these guys for a middleweight. For 83 kilos to be at that height, to have this kind of experience with 75 wins even before coming into the UFC. He's got a beautiful resume. Really popular over in China, and all those other main events that he went to. So he's got a bit of a reputation there. He's got the experience, and he's got a well-deserved resume there. So, no wonder he's the champion today. But going back to him as a fighter, we can see that he's so intelligent, very quick. He's able to keep the reach, keep the distance, and use a lot of the leg kicks, because he does come from that Muay Thai / kickboxing background. Okay, and with 75 wins over a lot of opponents, he's got, the intelligence to read the fighter. And looking at, his previous fights versus Costa, man, he had that in the bag. Now, we all know that Costa went into that fight with no injuries. We do see in some of the fights there that you can see his legs pretty bruised already going into that fight due to the cups, just to heal the muscles around that the calf there. But knowing Israel, he took advantage of that, and he saw an opportunity which he was able to get in and out. Do a lot of the calf kicks, which cause a lot of damage over time. So you think as a fighter, you can only take so much of those before you actually, start doubting yourself and start removing yourself by putting weight on that foot. Because you can imagine as a fighter, as you put weight on that foot, you want to be able to go in and make sure you counter that attack. But over a period of time, when you are taking that severe damage to the calves, you can only stand for so long before you actually get taken down. So unfortunately, that's what happened to Costa. Israel played it very smart, and that's why I'm saying he's such an intelligent fighter. He's got the reach, he's got the legs. He may not have the power, but in my own eyes, I really think that when it comes to this fight between Jared and Israel, I think you will see a slight difference over Israel's side when it comes to taking on Jared. But nevertheless, don't doubt Jared, because I think he's come such a long way. Now, looking at Jared, and he's passed a few fights. Now, the one thing that I do realise when he was fighting his last opponent, he fought Derek Brunson. Looking at that fight, I just thought the way Jared handled himself in that fight was just... He looks calm, he looks relaxed, he looked very confident. If anything, his stance was great. He was able to engage face to face with Derek. I think with Derek's background, he's such a wrestler, and how can you not think that Derek would try and take you to the ground? But unfortunately, Jared still got to his feet, continued to put the pressure on him, and landed some sufficient blows to really knock him down and get him stunned a few times. But Jared, like I said, he's coming from a heavyweight division, and he has been a big boy. But look at him now; he's a solid unit. He's got a lot of power, knockout power, compared to Israel. Jared is such a phenomenal fighter. The way he took on Derek was just great. His defense in the takedowns was great. He was able to get back on his feet and pursue him. A few leg kicks, and then, like I said, with his stance being so strong, able to block every single punch that was coming through, and then he engaged in Derek and just weared him out and just landed elbow after elbow after elbow. But that's one thing to keep in mind, is that because Derek is such a veteran, he's fought heavy opponents. It's almost like that Costa. Costa's well built, very strong, a lot of muscle, good physique. And then you look at Jared, who I think overall has a lot more power and confidence than Costa. Costa was just pretty much, taunting Israel. And I didn't think that went very well for Costa. But other than that, I think Jared, on the other hand, great fighter. I think he's well deserved for this fight. I think he's going to be a great contestant for Israel. I think overall, if Jared can close the distance, get him in a stance where he's engaging a few punches to the body or even a few takedowns and wrestle him, I think it might be in Jared's favour. I think maybe after round 2 or 3, that's where it could get a little bit interesting. But overall, I think Jared is a great opponent for Israel. He's got a lot of strength, a lot of knockout power. And that's one thing to, I think, be a little bit worried about, is that, you look at Jared's kicks compared to Israel's, and I think Israel is very smart. He can, land maybe 10 to 15 kicks before you start to really become fatigued and wear and bear on that leg. But with Jared, I think that's a different story here. You look at some of his leg kicks and the power that he's got, I think you'd really feel it after 2 or 3 in saying that. But, the damage that he's done to his opponents it outweighs Israel compared to the difference. And I think that's where 5 rounds, Israel has a lot of experience. In his last few fights, he's always gone 5 rounds. So he's definitely got the endurance there. I think Jared, on the other hand, might be tested in round 3. But that's where I think if Jared can really turn it up, put the fire on, and really pursue Israel and close the distance to enable, more takedowns, aggressiveness, these elbows, ground and pound, I think Israel might feel it overall. So going on the night, I really am going towards Israel. And the only reason why I say that is because of his experience. Just his IQ, his fight IQ overall is just overweighs anything that any other fighter can offer. But don't get me wrong, this is a great fight card between these two fighters. And Jared does deserve this. I think he's been through a lot. But on the night, I'm going to definitely see Israel. The other side. I'm going to see Israel with a split decision over Jared. But then again, you know what? I'm going to call this, and I'm going to say that Israel will knock him out in round 3. I think just the way he's able to wear and tear an opponent and make him very fatigued over time, I think, round 3, Jared will definitely feel it. So that is my prediction, guys, on the night of UFC 276. Be sure to like and subscribe to this channel, guys. And, just want to get your feedback, guys. Just want to see who you're going with. If you're going with Jared or Israel, either one. I'd love to see your comments down below. Stay tuned, guys, and I'll see you on the next video for the next prediction and breakdown. Take care.